Hey guys, it's Sade, and for those of you who have not watched or don't know me, that is short for my full name, Fola Sade. What you see on my channel, pretty much. Good afternoon, good morning, or good night. It is nighttime for me. It's actually 10 o'clock. But I will be doing a weekly soul reading, a general weekly soul reading for the collective. I've pre-shuffled my decks. I haven't pulled anything. I'm not working with a lot of space, so you are going to see cards fall to the sides because, like, as you can see, I'm doing this, you know. But we work with the blessings that we have and hope that more come in. Anyway, I even have so if you see me reach over, I have one of my decks, like, spread on my bed because, like I said, don't have a lot of space. But like I said, general weekly soul reading, so let's just go ahead and get into it. Okay, Spirit, let's see what is the current energy of the collective for this week. And this is for the week of the 15th through the 22nd, I believe it is. If I'm wrong, don't bother correcting me. We all have calendars on our phones, so, you know. I'll make sure to try to post the right date, though. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Oh, and sometimes you'll see me put cards back if I don't feel like that's the one that's meant to come out, then. And sometimes you will see me go back and pull those cards that fell out. It just depends. I don't do the same thing every time. It depends on what I'm getting from Spirit and what I just feel within myself, with my intuition. It all ends up coming together anyway. So, speaking of intuition, we have the High Priestess. I don't always read reversals. You may catch me reading reversals every now and then. But I don't always read reversals. I'll see whether or not I read reversals today. Oh, crap. Let's see. We have the High Priestess. We have the Seven of Pentacles. So the High Priestess, again, is about intuition. So some of you may be receiving something, receiving a certain message about a certain situation. And usually if I get the High Priestess first, to me, you have questions about it. And you could be waiting on something. The next card I got was the Empress, which is the Divine Feminine to me. You guys might be concerned about something. So I may be tuning into Divine Feminine energy, but this is a general reading, so this is for Divine Masculines or Feminines. But we're going to see. The next card that kind of flopped out, I was considering putting it back, but you know what? And I am going to read reversals. I'm going to put this as a side note. I don't read reversals from all of my decks. I don't read reversals from my Oracle decks. I keep reversals in my tarot only, usually. So, and if I decide to change it up one day, I'll let you know. But, yeah. The next card that we got after the Empress was the Eight of Cups, which is walking away from something. Let's see. Maybe something that you have been conflicted about. Okay. And the last card we had was the Sun. The Sun can be seen as masculine energy. But the Sun is, to me, about illumination, things coming to light, things that you've been wondering about, kind of been in the Moon's energy about, not quite sure about, asking questions about, you know, being illuminated, you gaining clarity. So let me just take a look at this. Sometimes I look at the tops and bottoms of decks. I think that some of you are in a state of anxiety about something. I only say that because I saw the 8 of Swords before, and then I just saw the 9 of Swords. 8 of Swords is mental entrapment. 9 of Swords is anxiety. And mental entrapment is you are in your head about something, like you're overthinking about something, which leads into anxiety. So I kind of put the two together as one. Let's see what comes from here. What is this about? But so far it looks like to me that divine feminines are the ones concerned about something and kind of in waiting in a way about a situation. You might be in the dark about something. This could be a connection that you're in, a love connection. Sometimes love does seep into my general readings, so it's nothing new. Let's see what that was. Oh, okay. Hopefully you don't catch too much side boob. We have the sun again. Okay. So again, this could have to do with the masculine. Let's see. The sun, and then now we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. This must have to do with the masculine because I have the Emperor in reverse. And the Emperor in reverse is someone who, or a masculine who is not quite in their power, or there is a misuse of their power. You know, like they're not putting their power to good use. Not like they're being a villain or anything, but like they can be controlling, as in they have a certain way of seeing things, they have a certain perspective, and if anything that they're dealing with or anything that's having to do with them goes outside of that perspective, like they either want no parts of it or they feel like it's completely wrong. And sometimes this has to do with the way they were raised, conditioning, everything. A lot of things have to do with conditioning. So now I said the sun in this deck, which is the Osho Zen Tarot, the sun in this deck is innocence. My finger's covering it, but yeah, it's innocence. And if praying mantis is significant to you, keep that in mind. And then I said I got the Knight of Pentacles. So, and you see a child there. And, you know, with a child being there and then the sun being innocence, the sun being innocence, I feel like there's an issue with the inner child. So feminines seems like I'm getting like a message for the feminines and a message maybe to the feminines about the masculine. And I'm going to go ahead and say a message to the masculines if there are any divine masculines watching. And I'm gonna keep that over to the side. Yeah, so it looks like there's a need for inner child healing. I'm gonna keep this reversed masculine here to the side. So let's see, what else, Spirit? What else about the masculine? So feminine seem to be in the dark about something, and they're waiting on clarity. They're waiting on something to come in. Okay. And I have the Hanged Man in reverse. The Hanged Man is about, to me, it's about seeing things in a different way. So seeing things in a different perspective. And I'm going to pull that to the side. What I'm pulling is the Five of Cups, which is clinging to the past. That is in reverse. So when it comes to the masculine, it looks like there's a need for inner child healing, which I think has a lot to do with something that may have gone on in a connection or just in general within their lives. Just in general within their lives. I feel like the divine feminines and divine masculines have experienced a lot of tower moments, which is like dramatic, significant changes in one's life that can be viewed as something scary or, you know, not wanted. But to me, the Tower is, and that's one of the tarot cards, to me, the Tower is good because that means after everything dismantles, something new is going to start building up, your new life, you know, so, and a new connection a lot of the time, depending on what you're asking about. But, it's either divine feminines have walked away from a connection and it looks like they're wondering if that was the right thing to do, or divine masculines walked away from the feminine and the feminines are not quite clear on, they're kind of questioning themselves when it comes to the connection. You might hear my stomach growl, I just heard it. They're questioning whether the masculine feels the same way that they feel. Do they feel this significant connection? Do they care? And I'm getting that the masculines do care and they do feel it. They do feel it, but their attention is somewhere else right now. Their attention is somewhere else, which had to do with the reason why they may have walked away, if that's the case for you. And it looks like they're still in the process of learning certain lessons. And there's a serious need to heal the inner child. That is one of the things that seems like something that they have put off for a while, which is healing past wounds. We have clinging to the past in reverse. So part of their lessons is letting go of past wounding, letting go of any recent wounding that may have happened, so that they can see things through through new eyes. Again, hence this new vision, this new perspective. Like I said, their attention is somewhere else right now. So they're kind of, all over the place. They're not quite stable. But you know what? Honestly, when we need to learn something, we're going to learn it. I say that because no matter how long it takes a different amount of time for different people. But no matter how long you try to avoid a lesson, it's going to rear its ugly head to you, or not ugly, it's going to rear its head to you at some point. It's going to really, that's what cycles are. When you haven't learned something, it's going to pop up again in a different way, but it's going to feel like deja vu. It's like, I feel like I've been through this before. Or this situation seems kind of like the last one I was in a few years ago. That's an opportunity for you to do something different. So anyway, the masculine is learning to let go, learning to gain a new perspective, see things differently. And this could have to do with the connection, and view themselves through new eyes also, and give attention to their inner child. Do some inner searching. Let's see. What else is this about? I also, okay, I kind of want to wait for that until I finish pulling these. I have something. Okay. So this one didn't fall out, but it flashed itself to me. So sometimes I'll take that. Okay, you can see it. So this is guidance. This is the Three of Pentacles. Yes. This is the Three of Pentacles. And in this deck, the Three of Pentacles is written as guidance. So Three of Pentacles is normally working hard on something. But working hard on something, like really going in on something and perfecting that. So this to me has to do with lessons. Again, the lessons that the masculine is needing to learn and has been putting off learning. The inner healing that they've been putting off. Like I said, the divine's going to step in And right after I said that, we got guidance. And there's as you can see, there's an angel there. We all have guardian angels that do guide us along with our intuition, our higher self that guides us. So the divine masculine is going to learn these lessons, or is already learning these lessons at whatever pace. The Knight of Pentacles is a slow knight, but even though that knight is slow, he's still moving. He's still moving towards something. He's still moving forward. And actually, that knight, to me, out of all the knights, is the most dependable, because they take their time. They're taking their time, which can be, it can be seen as like kind of like procrastination, or like putting something off, like I said. But like I said, also the divine is stepping in to show the masculine, hey, you need this. Like, this is necessary, not only for that connection over there that you've been kind of trying to avoid, but for your life. This is for you. Everything starts with us. So yeah, on the bottom of this deck, we have, on the bottom right now, after I pulled the guidance, we have the Four of Cups, which in this is turning in. And usually every time I see this, I always get it confused with the Four of Swords, because you see a woman here meditating, going within herself, and there's waves at the bottom. And I see that as flow. So Four of Cups is usually kind of like disinterest or discontentment, or not really giving attention to something, like almost like a missed opportunity, or denying something. Like, oh no, I don't want it. You know, like, yeah. So let me go ahead and put that down. Scoot that over. Not a lot of room. So yeah, the masculine has been putting things off. The masculine has walked away from this connection, it looks like. Excuse me. In order to do the inner work that's necessary for them. So if you guys are in separation, if you happen to be in separation from a masculine, or masculines, if you happen to be separation from a feminine, honestly, I'm talking to feminines. I'm so sorry, masculines. This is this part is for the feminines. But if the masculine walked away from you, it was because they were guided to do work. Whether they know it or not, they have work to do, a lot, you know, within themselves. And they're going to do it. They're going to do it. They really don't have a choice. They have a choice, but it's just going to be hard for them, because whatever is sitting within you, whatever is hurting within you, whatever is just niggling at you or bothering you, is going to keep coming up. It's going to keep coming up. And you can ignore it for years. You can turn 89 and it still be there. But it's going to eat at you. Literally, it's going to eat at you. So it's better to nip it in the bud and handle it now. And that goes for masculines and feminines. Anybody. So yeah, feminines, that's what it is right now. And I see the Seven of Pentacles. You're waiting on something. It's okay to hold space. It is okay to hold space. It's actually good to hold a loving space for the masculine. And but it's necessary for you to accept what's happening right now. Accept the separation, because it was necessary. It was destined. It was fated. It was meant to happen. It was going to happen. So it's better for it to happen now than to happen anytime later, and for this masculine to be confused and all over the place within the connection. So, because only the divine can really guide them through this, and only their intuition can really guide them through this. And their intuition, you know, they may not be in tune with their intuition quite clearly right now. So they need that. And you need that space right now. You need this space in this separation right now, so that you can also do introspective work, because we're mirrors for each other. Divine masculines, divine feminines in a connection, you guys are mirroring each other all the time. So whatever it is they have to learn, likely you're gonna have to learn the same lesson, maybe in a different way. So yeah, let's see, let's get one more. What else about this? So the masculines are on a journey to gain a new perspective on themselves, to do some inner child healing, to listen to the guidance that they've been receiving finally. And feminines are meant to accept, work on themselves. Because like I said, for the feminines, we got the Empress here. That's why I said I was tuning into feminines. And the Empress being like right in the center, which it is here. You are meant to be the center of your own focus right now. It's okay to miss the masculine or miss the masculine. But like I said, you really, like, this is time for you. This is you time. Let's see. I didn't get to see how this fell. I hate that. Oh, 1 second. I apologize. I'm trying to see what I'm getting from this. Let me see if this was meant to come up. Okay. I was looking at this that fell out. This is actually, and I'm also trying to see if it fell out reversed or right up. I picked it up reversed, but I keep holding it right up. I didn't see. I also wear glasses and I have terrible eyesight. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is I'm going to leave it reversed. I picked it up reversed. I'll leave it reversed. And this was the Page of Pentacles. And you see the turtle is slowing down. I always used to get that and the Knight of Pentacles confused because, you know, that one says slowing down. The Knight is slow, so on and so forth. But with that one being reversed, but we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is slow moving. That's resistance to me, which is what they've been doing in a way, resisting lessons, resisting guidance a bit, because it requires them to go within. It requires them to experience their emotions and go into their emotions and do some soul searching in a way. Sit down, be still, which is very hard for masculines to do a lot of times. And I also accepted this card because on the bottom of the deck, I have, I have the Five of Pentacles. I have the Five of Pentacles, which is the outsider. And Five of Pentacles is a feeling of abandonment. And you see a child there also. So there may have been a time in the masculine's life where they felt left out in the cold. This could have been in a past relationship or in their past childhood. I think honestly it was both. So that happening has, you know, warped the masculine's perspective, how they see and handle things. Masculines are already very logical. Everything starts up here and kind of ends there. If they can't explain it, if they can't touch it, can't see it, it doesn't make sense to me. Leave me alone, you know. Now, what I was looking at over here was, before I pulled any of these cards, you guys sat here with me as I pulled them. You know, I was praying over my reading. I was praying over the cards before I started recording. And I was asking, you know, I kind of out loud. I wasn't really expecting to pull anything when I asked. You know, I was like, what is today's reading, collective reading, going to be about, pretty much? And I pulled the Orphan card, which is like the Five of Pentacles. So I believe this is coming from both sides, feeling of abandonment from divine masculine's energy and divine feminine's energy, because the masculine walked away, and from the divine masculine's energy because they've experienced the feelings of abandonment before in their lives, if not recently, or like I said, possibly both recent and in the past. You know what? That's significant to me. Sometimes I pull from the top and bottom of the deck. And I wanted, for some reason, something called me to look. Okay, what's at the top of the deck? Let me just look. And it was the Death card, which is transformation. And it can also signify endings. But yeah, as you can see, it says transformation here. Ending of old situations. Ending of old perspectives. Old ways of being. A shedding. And we have the Six of Wands here, success. So the necessary changes for the masculine and for the feminine as individual spirits, as individual energies, is going to be successful. And I believe that when it is time, divine timing, not human timing, divine timing. Divine timing means we have no clue when it's going to happen. It could surprise you, and it could take a day, a week, month, or a year, few years, whatever. So that's why I said don't just sit and wait. Just hold space, hold loving space, and focus on the self. Feminines, masculines, focus on yourself, on your energy. Let this Emperor, let it come up right, okay? Let it come up right. And remember, you are worthy. You know, you're worthy of love. You're worthy of nurturing. And this is for divine masculines, because divine masculines sometimes need to hear that. You know, you're worthy of love, genuine love, you know, and don't be afraid of your own feelings, okay? Trust your intuition. You have intuition. You have divine feminine energy within you, whether you believe it or not. So, yeah. But yeah, guys, trust that this situation will turn out successfully. No matter how it ends up, it's going to be successful, and it's going to turn out the best for both parties. And changes, beautiful changes, significant changes are going to happen for both people involved, both individuals involved. So I will keep that way up here. I have a lot of room. Let's see what oracle cards we get. Okay. I'm going to pull them first, and I'll show you guys after I pull. Okay. Move this. Okay. I pulled out quite a few. So the first card I pulled was New Life. That goes along with the transformation card and the success. You saw it. It's too far up. But New Life. You see how the fairy is emerging from this egg? You know, and like I said, I have said before in one of my previous videos, eggs to me are incubation, cooking time, time that you've gone within and spent with yourself. You've stayed within your shell, so you can heal, fully grow, fully develop, so that you can emerge new. Shed the shell. And then we have come to the edge. The first card's number was 39, which goes down to 12, which breaks down to 3. If any of those numbers are significant to you. So New Life first, and then you have come to the edge, which is like the Fool's energy. Taking a chance, having trust, fall into the hands of the divine, fall into your guidance. Surrender. You got to surrender and let everything go. You have to surrender and let control go, because the more you try to control, the more resistance that you have, the harder it's going to be. The more control you try to have, the more frustrated you're going to be, because believe me, it's not going to always go your way. And even when it is, that's just the outside. It just seems like it's going your way, but it's not. That was the way it was meant to happen. Or, you had so much control over it at that time that it's going that way right now. But what's really meant to happen is going to happen. And it's going to seem like a tower moment for you. It's going to seem like everything's falling apart. No, that's meant to happen. It's like you just wouldn't let go of control. So let go of control. Come to the edge. Take a chance. Take a chance on faith, pretty much, and trust. And this one here is poised. And you see the fairy there has an expression of freedom. That's how I see. I'm going to read poised because sometimes I happen to forget what that card is about. That's number 48. Let's see. Poised, I know, is somewhat about going with the flow during any and every situation, or any or whatever situation you're experiencing right now. I'm trying to watch the time. And I already forgot the page number. Okay. Poised, the essential meanings are being ready, bringing something to light, and being at your best and having confidence. So what stands out to me is bringing something to light, being ready, which, like I said, new life, emergence, growth, allowing yourself to incubate growth. Take time within yourself, going within. And this goes for masculines and feminines, so that you can be ready for this new life that's waiting for you. But masculines, you got to heal. You got to go on this inner journey. You have to heal your inner child. You have to release and let go of your pains. You have to release and let go of your fears. Release and let go of your old perspective, your old way of seeing things, your old way of doing things. You have to let go so that you can be ready. Feminines, you have to let go of control. You have to let go of fear. You have to let go of fear and distrust of your intuition. Trust your intuition. And you have to let go of possibly any resentment that you may have towards the masculine. Forgiveness, okay? Forgive him for whatever reason he had to walk away, and just understand that he had to do it. Whatever reason he did it for, it may seem stupid or mean or whatever, try to look past, try to see past what you see. If social media is triggering you because you're seeing something on there, stay off of it. That's what's warping your intuition. That's what's clouding you, because you keep going and looking for something, and you end up finding something that you don't like or don't want to see, or you end up hearing something that you don't want to hear, but your intuition is going to tell you the truth. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to see if anything else highlights. And I said confidence. To me, I see that as strength, having strength during this time. Okay. Another thing that highlights to me is saying, you know what you need to do, or you know what you need to. I'm going to pause there. You know what you need to. You don't have everything right now. Things are slowly coming to light for you. You are slowly understanding, but you don't have the full picture yet, but you know what you need to. Your skills are sharp, your intuition, you need to trust it. You've come to this place armed with wisdom and knowledge, and you sense a new phase of your life about to begin. Okay? You sense a new phase of your life about to begin. What does this say? New life. Okay? So a new connection is emerging. A new life for each individual is emerging. But these lessons need to be learned. Okay? And that was poised. The next card I got, don't let this shake you up though, okay, is not for you. And whenever I see this card, I always look at the door that's right there and it's closed. And I kind of take that and I have it paired up with the reason why I said, you know, it's possible that a masculine has walked away, the Eight of Cups. So it's not that this connection is not for you, unless that's what you've been receiving, but that's not really what I'm seeing here. So it's not that this connection is not for you. That's not what this is saying. Not right now. Right now, it's lessons. Right now, it's healing. Healing comes in so strong. Right now, it's serious healing that needs to happen, and lessons of letting go, forgiveness, trust, faith, and taking time for the self. That's the lesson right now. And then the next card I got was the Thinker. You see. So, like I said before, whenever we started this reading, you may have been wondering or overthinking to yourself about what's going on, what's up with the masculine, why has he left, does he not have feelings for me, was I wrong about this connection completely and this was just a fling, is this just a fling, you know, was it all purely physical? If you guys were physical, no. And stop overthinking. You know what you need to. You know what you need to right now. And the two extra cards that I pulled were Deep Knowing. What am I about to say? You know what you need to, right? So Deep Knowing, again, that goes along with your intuition. The feminine's intuition was reversed. You don't trust yourself right now. You don't trust the messages you've been receiving. This is confirmation for you to trust. You know, deep knowing, okay? You know within. If you're clouded right now, you hear too much noise right now, sit by yourself into meditation, okay? And then the next card was Building Blocks. Okay, the last card is Building Blocks. You're building this new life. Both of you are building this new life. Both of you are rebuilding yourselves. Right now, you're both experiencing a dismantling of the old, that transformation and that success card. The success card. There needs to be a dismantling of all the old perspectives, old ways of being, old paradigms, old everything. Anything that no longer serves, not only this connection, but yourself, it's shedding, conditioning, shedding, going away, okay? Fears. Fears are never going to go away. But unnecessary fear is what's going to go away. Okay? Unnecessary fear. Because fear is there for protection. But there's a such thing as unnecessary protection. So, you know, as I close out this reading, I'm going to end it on the note of feminines. Don't sit around and wait. This is not for you to sit around and wait. Hold space. Trust yourself. You are the divine feminine. You are strong. Okay? And things will become clear. Things will become clear very soon. Very soon does not mean tomorrow. I cannot tell you when it is. Okay? And masculines, inner child healing, going within. Being open to new perspectives. Being open and receptive to the guidance that you are receiving for sure. And being open to the work that you know you need to do on yourself. And taking your time. Taking your time on yourself, and trusting your intuition about this connection, whatever you may be receiving about this connection, not your fears, not what your fears are telling you, or not what seems logical. Sometimes what seems logical is not what it is, you know. That's resistance to what you know the truth is, okay? Sit in meditation. Sit by yourself in meditation. Go within. Turn in. And again, inner child healing. Learn the lesson of letting go. Feminines, let go of control. You know, trust yourself, okay? Right now is a time for separation, to work on the self. I love you guys. You have a beautiful night. I let this reading carry on for a while. But you have a beautiful night. Sleep well. Have a great morning. Have a great afternoon. Eat well. Take care of yourself. Much love.